Linebacker Jamison Frazier and defensive back Stephen Thomas are finally cleared to play tomorrow against Wyoming. BYU and Wyoming came into the game with identical 3-5 records, playing the same caliber of teams. The Cougars and Lobos will face off for their last time as Mountain West Conference opponents tomorrow here at LaVell Edwards Stadium. Heap still is relying heavily on the three guys on the ground, JJ DeLuigi, Josh Quezada, and Brian Correa, but he's getting more comfortable passing.
My name is Jimmer Fredette. I'm from Glens Falls, New York, and I play point guard. When I was a sophomore in high school, the basketball camp here, and Coach Rose and his staff saw me and decided to recruit me from then on.
Jimmer says he doesn't regret his decision. There are many reasons why he loves the Provo life.
I really like the atmosphere, a lot of great kids around. I have a lot of great friends and family in the area.
Jimmer is the youngest of three. He has an older brother and sister who are his biggest fans. Jimmer isn't the only Fredette with an impressive talent.
My brother actually is a rapper, and I listen to a lot of his stuff. He's, very, very talented.
Jimmer and his brother TJ have a close friendship, and that bond was put to music in TJ's song called Amazing. It tells of the journey the two brothers have taken.
This life is amazing. Bright lights blinding me from all the camouflage. Just tell me how long will it damage last? Just believe that it's easy. You see me leaving your favorite show on the TV.
Jimmer's amazing talent was inspired by a particular role model.
I always looked up to John Stockton when he was playing for the Utah Jazz. I really liked his game. I kind of tried to model my game a little bit after him.
But he acts differently off the court.
I'm kind of a shy guy, really, kind of keep to myself.
And one thing he really misses from Glens Falls?
I'd have to say Angelina's Pizza, which is a pizza spot back home. Whenever I go back home, I always go back to there.
This small-town pizza-loving shy senior has traveled 2,300 miles to play basketball here at Brigham Young University. Next week, he will take a trip home as the Cougars take on Vermont.
I'm excited for it. Obviously that's where I grew up, and it's, a couple blocks from my house is where we're playing. The fans are really excited about it back home. I've been asked a lot of different questions about it. Everyone wants tickets, and they're asking me for tickets. But it's going to be a great atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to it, and it'll be one of the, the best experiences I've had here at BYU so far.
BYU fans share their love of the basketball hero with the entire region of Glens Falls, New York. In Provo, Brooke Davis, CougTube.
So should Cougar fans be content with such a close win to a team that is now 0-4 in the Mountain West Conference?
Absolutely. A win is a win, and that's what Bronco said after the game. Take the win and run with it. Considering the fact that BYU and Wyoming came into the game with identical 3-5 records, playing the same caliber of teams, Wyoming has played Boise State, University of Texas, Air Force, TCU, and Utah. Maybe such a close game should have been expected. BYU hoped to get back on the path to bowl eligibility as they entered LaVell Edwards Stadium last Saturday to take on the Cowboys. BYU hit the ground running in the opening possession, literally. The Cougars ran the ball on 8 of the 10 plays, and a touchdown by JJ DeLuigi gave the Cougars an early lead.
The touchdown for DeLuigi on the opening drive of the game.
Wyoming wanted to get points on the board in their first possession as well, and they did.
Forced to kick it out the back, 2 points for BYU. Opening drive, they get 7. And
again on the ground in the first quarter, Brian Correa plowed into the end zone to give the Cougars their biggest lead of the season.
And up front, the big 315-pound.
But the Cougars' 16-0 run ended abruptly in the second quarter.
Picked off, intercepted by Keith Lewis, the Leo linebacker, has one guy to beat. Touchdown, Wyoming. Hay couldn't get to him. Offense can't put it.
And just over 1 minute later,
hand it off. The Quezada, and he coughs it up. Ball is fumbled, and it belongs to the Cowboys.
Wyoming would make 3 points on the turnover. The Cougars and Cowboys stayed neck and neck in the third quarter, each scoring a field goal. Early in the fourth, Jay Keeps threw his first touchdown pass in LaVell Edwards Stadium to Luke Ashworth.
Looking to the corner, and he connects with Ashworth again, this time for a touchdown.
A failed 2-point conversion left the Cougars up 25-13. The Cowboys wouldn't leave, though, without a fight. Carter Samuels found Chris McNeil in the end zone with 6:50 left in the game to pull within 5 points of the Cougars. The pressure lasted until the final minutes of the game. On a crucial fourth down in the final seconds, true freshman Kyle Van Noy sealed BYU's victory.
batted down and caught by an offensive lineman who tries to keep it alive. Ball is hopping around there.
The Cougars have beaten Wyoming 8 times in a row and are now 3-2 in the Mountain West Conference. Michael, you'll like this week's report, but there's some bad news as well. Let's start with the good. Linebacker Jamison Frazier and defensive back Stephen Thomas are finally cleared to play tomorrow against Wyoming. Thomas got a concussion on this play against Florida State, and Frazier broke his thumb against the Nevada Wolfpack. Having them both healthy can only help the struggling Cougar defense. On the bad news front, last week defensive back Carter Meese went in low for a tackle, and a TCU receiver dislocated Meese's shoulder. Head trainer Kevin Morris says Meese will need surgery by the end of the week and will ride the bench for the rest of the season. In the second quarter, BYU fans' hearts stopped when the heart of BYU's offense, J.J. DeLuigi, limped off the field with a rolled ankle. He returned that same quarter. Freshman wide receiver Ross Appo officially decided to redshirt this season. Appo played in the opener against Washington but dislocated a finger the second week of practice. Jordan Pendleton will not play tomorrow. He is still nursing a sprained knee. Trainers say they hope he will be good to go after a much-needed bye week next week. This week, Coach Mendenhall says they were practicing with a skeletal crew, missing a lot of players. The stomach flu is going around the team and hitting the offensive line hard. On top of that, D lineman Vic Soto sat out to rest up a banged-up shoulder. They should all be able to saddle up tomorrow to take on the Cowboys. Lakia?